Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about 3 products from Feyachi. Now those 3 products are the HL20 pistol light, 400 lumen pistol light, the WL25 rifle light with a pressure pad, and the M37 1.5 to 5 variable power magnifier. So to start this out, I want to tell you about my relationship with Feyachi. I've never bought a Feyachi product. I do run the, I think it's the RDS or RD22 on my AMD, my Hungarian AMD AK. It seems to have held up fine. I have had a couple of Feyachi products, namely 2 scopes that were absolutely no good, and there are reviews on the channel about those. And these 3 items were sent to me by Feyachi. They asked if I would look at them and do a review for their Amazon Prime Day. I told them yes, I'd take a look at them, and we'll go over the pros and cons with you and see if there's something that fits your needs. Now, most of my reviews are not just pro-con reviews because I usually have more time with those products to put a bunch of rounds through it, a bunch of abuse and things like that, and really give you an in-depth review of those products. I haven't had these long. The Prime Day is right around the corner, so I have to get these done quickly, and so I don't really hold an opinion one way or the other on these products. I'm just going to let you know what they are and their, again, pros and cons. So this is the HL20 Feyachi pistol light. It is a 400 lumen pistol light with 150 meter beam distance. What that means is that it's not so bright that the people that are worried about washing, blinding yourself off of walls and white furniture and things like that, that you guys aren't going to be worried about that so much. But at 150 meters, it's certainly going to take care of anything that's in your home or probably on your property. Now, it does have a decent beam as far as tightness onto target with a reasonable amount of splash. And through drop testing that I've done at home and a small amount of shooting, it has held up so far. Now the body of it is aluminum and it is hard anodized coating. It comes with 4 CR123 batteries, it comes with a number of rail sections, and it comes with the tool to replace that stuff. Now, that is the pros for the Feyachi HL20. Cons are, it doesn't fit any holsters, at least any holsters that I've found. It doesn't fit polymer 80 holster with a light, and it doesn't fit a Glock holster with a TLR1 HL light. And if it doesn't fit those 2, I don't think it'll fit an X300 either. So as far as a carry option, this is no good. But for a bedstand option, something that you're going to sit in a safe or on your bedstand and need some light, it may be for you. Another con is that the controls are backwards. So the majority of people that shoot, majority of people on the planet are right-handed. And on this, the constant on is that, where in my opinion that should be the temporary on, but instead they have the temporary on this side. So in my opinion that is backwards, that there is no temporary on the side that you actuate the light from. So in my opinion that is a con. Now the third and final con is that it mounts with a single set screw right here. Not that the single screw is any different, but that you absolutely have to have tools to take this thing on and off. instead of a quick release or some sort of a toolless screw, they have a flathead screwdriver there. So pros are that it has reasonably decent build quality, hard anodized coating, has a nice bright white light. I do like that it's a white light instead of something that maybe has a yellow tinge. So it does have a nice white light, has a good center to it, and so far in the limited amount of abuse that I've given it, it's held up. Next is this WL25. It's a 1200 lumen rifle light. I have had a chance to use it a little bit. They say that it's impervious to shock. It is 1200 lumens for 2 minutes, which is not great, but when you're using it at just small intervals, if that's something you want, great. It has a pressure switch, and it has momentary pressure switch and a full-time on switch. It mounts with this thumb screw here, which will come loose if you do not use a tool with it, but that's pretty normal for a rifle light. You really got to crank those down. The pressure switch works by just pressing for momentary or double tapping for strobe, press for on, and half press for strobe. There is a low setting, but there's no way to get to the low setting from the pressure switch. Now, this does come with a separate tail cap. It comes with the battery, and it comes with M-lock mounts that you can use instead of the Picatinny mount. So let's get into the pressure switch. So the pressure switch is actually pretty okay, surprisingly okay. It's a little wobbly on here. It does just snap down. There's no way to tighten it down any more than that other than tape. It is fairly wobbly. It has you have to press sort of hard, and of course this has a good protection. The on-off button has a good protection around it so you don't accidentally hit that. There's about an inch of pad here for your thumb to hit for the momentary on. The wire seems to be long enough to mount this anywhere you want on your rail section. Now, the downside is that you have to remove this to take the battery out because there is no swivel option for this wire. If you try to take the cap off to replace the battery, you will twist the wire up, which will eventually break the wire. So you do have to remove the light in order to switch the battery. Now, again, this is a nice bright white light of the two lights. They're both very white light, which I like. I don't like the yellowish, duller lights like that. Has a good center to it, has a good halo to it, or wash to it. This comes with a charger, which is nice for the battery that's in here, as well as all the necessary tools. Now, for this light, I probably only have 100 rounds in this light. So as far as longevity and how it'll hold up over time for shock resistance and thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds, I don't know. But if this is something that you think will land in the realm of something that will fit your purposes, check it out. This is the M37 1.5 to 5 variable magnifier, which I think is cool right off the bat that it's a variable magnifier. It just has a rotating sleeve here or collar there, marked 1.5, 3, 4, and 5 with a dot to show you where it is at in the rotation. And of course your diopter here, and it is flipped to the side. Now, one of the things that I do like about this, and unfortunately for Feyachi, it's about the only two things that I have good to say about this, is that number one, I like that it's variable magnification. 1.5 to 5 is pretty cool. The second is that when closed, when folded over, lined up with your red dot, there is enough room for many of the flatter, flat fitting fold up or pop-up sights. Now, when you get this, and on Feyachi's own drawings or pictures, it is made to flip to the left, which is backwards, because as you mount this, if this was mounted the way they designed it to be mounted, and you have both eyes open, now you have a magnifier in your way here. So I was able to loosen the clamp, put it in the other way, mount the magnifier back on, but that puts this release mechanism, the release button, backwards as well, where it should be you grab the magnifier, use your thumb to press that button and rotate it in and out of the way. Where now, to do so, if I am like having to do it this way, or actually take my shoulder off the gun and do that and re-shoulder it to get it out of the way. Now the hinge seems good. The hinge seems pretty solid. It's mounted pretty solid. Again, it's backwards, but it's mounted pretty solid. It does not do an absolute, or it does not do a lower 1/3 co-witness, which is what I am set up for with this red dot. So the dot is way down in the bottom of it, way down in the bottom of the viewing window. If I were to, here's your elevation and windage adjustment screws. If I were to adjust this to where the dot was in the center, I have a full crescent of black showing in there because I am then looking at part of my red dot. Now, clarity. The center of this is clear. If I do this and I look through, it is pretty clear. It is pretty clear. Now, downside is that I get a little bit of smearing with the red dot, no matter what magnification I'm on. And there's a little bit of fisheyeing around the edge. With that said, it does magnify. It's just, it has a couple issues. I expect more for the price that these cost. Now, again, it's aluminum body, hard anodized coating. Comes with the rag, comes with a nice cleaning rag, comes with the tools to do all the adjustment, things like that. So that is the M37 flip to the side 1.5 to 5 variable magnifier. So quick recap, the pistol light seems to work okay, seems to be built well enough. Like I said, I've done some drop tests with it and done some shooting with it. Uses popular battery size and has a nice bright white light, but it doesn't fit any holsters and the controls are backwards. The rifle light, again, nice bright white light, 1200 lumens, low run time. The pressure switch is a little loose on the rail, but that can be mitigated with some tape. I don't like how the wire is set up, but it does sit close enough to the gun and seems like it isn't cumbersome out there on the end, like some of these lights that stick way off the side and things like that. So it has its ups and downs. Magnifier on the other side, unfortunately there's not a whole lot of nice things to say about it. It flips to the wrong side when you reverse the things in order to flip it to the correct side for right-handed shooters, which is most of the shooters. It's hard to actuate and operate the thing, although the mount is a really steady and solid mount. If you are a left-handed shooter and this is something that you might want to look into, go for it. The clarity of the glass is there. It's very clear. It doesn't have any tint or shade to it, although there is some fisheyeing around the edge. So that's it. Those three products from Feyachi. Now, like I said before, this was specifically for me to take a look at these three things, tell you about them, and tell you about the Amazon Prime Days, which is June 21st and 22nd. This will be published the morning of the 21st, so look for that. I will put the Feyachi Amazon store link below. I'll also put their Facebook page below. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what you think of these products, if you think you're going to be going over there and getting something like this or not. I appreciate everybody's support. Don't forget to check out Patreon if you want to support the channel. Of course, there's all my affiliate stuff. Again, links below, and other social media sites. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.